Here's a tutorial / strategy guide for the excellent mod Frantic Mansion challenge. This is a Resident Evil inspired challenge that takes place in one single POI. It's very difficult and hardcore and permadeath, so you are gonna play this many times before you can succeed. This is my 15th playthrough and I'm gonna show you my basic setup. You always need a lot of wood, so start whacking at everything that looks to be out of wood. The first thing you want to do is kill 10 zombies. Just like in the Dijon Tower Challenge, after you kill 10 zombies, you get an awesome reward. And that is a wrench, that is 4 skill points, that is a headlight and many other stuff. So whatever you do first, it should be killing 10 zombies. And if you're ever in this room, don't look up. Seriously, don't look up. Now, some zombies you can sneak up on, but mostly you can't. So I usually go in this way to make sure I get 10 zombies before I head to the main library. So, once you're up to the main library, you must accept both of the Frantic Mission challenges starting off quest, and then you will receive your awesome bonus. And don't forget to set your skill points before you start reading books so you can make sure you get what you want. For me, this is kind of obvious. After playing the Dijon Tower Challenge, there are 4 obvious things to do for me that are a no-brainer. First, you need Lucky Looter. The second thing is Healing Factor, because you're not gonna find a lot of medicine. Also, the only weapons you're gonna have is very low tier weapon unless you find the hunting knife. That's the only melee weapon you really can expect to find. So going into deep cuts is really no question. However, this particular mod takes it in another direction and I will discuss that later. And the fourth is of course advanced engineering. Now this is the top part of my library, a very small part, and you definitely do not wanna go there. Because on the bottom floor there is a very special pig waiting for you. Yeah, you know, Bob Special Pig. Don't go down there. And remember to take everything that holds leather, because you need 10 of those pieces and you don't want to go killing dogs to get the leather. And this white door, this is the first time you will encounter plant fiber, and you know, plant fiber is very useful for creating the bow and early game armor, so make sure you take everything that's possible. You don't go any further because there are sleeping dogs right around the corner, so just take what you can and get the hell out of there. Get the hell over there. Get the hell over there. It's time to start building your base, and it's not gonna be much of a base. You put down a storage box and that's basically it. And right next to it is a table perfect for the campfire. So let's go to the second library on the third door on the second floor. Beware of that door with the spider webs on. That door is lethal. You do never ever wanna go in there. I'll show you more in the end why you don't wanna go in there. Trust me. Yes, trust me. You don't wanna go in there. It's full of spiders. Spiders. Here's a kind of obvious hidden compartment with all those broken cabinets. You will probably find that, but might as well put it in the video. And here's the second library and the librarian, who is sometimes a male. Yeah, this game is very random. And you cannot loot the books on the wall for some reason. They're just there for decoration. They're posters. Make sure to read everything and check if you have 5 in advanced engineering, forge ahead, and then you're ready to go. Behind this double door is a very special kind of thing. I think that's a Resident Evil reference. I broke in there once, and there are 4 buttons, each turning on different kind of flames, and there's nothing really more in there. So I don't know if that's just a Resident Evil reference or if there's some kind of fire puzzle, but I can't figure it out. Here's another real important door. Here is where you progress, because here, when you press a button, birds appear. And for some reason, the modders have increased the yield of feathers on birds to an enormous amount. So you can get hundreds of feathers just from the bird in this room, maybe up to 1,000 feathers. But they're birds, so be careful. Be careful, please. Don't hurt yourself. Mommy's not here to help you. Press the first button and 4 birds will appear. 2 in the first part, 2 in the later part. And try to be sneaky. 1 power attack to the birds and they will definitely bleed out. And there's 4 just from the first button. And on the other side of that door are a lot of dogs. So you don't want to go in there unless you love dogs and love being eaten by dogs. I don't, but maybe you do. You do you. Then we continue, and here is the trifecta of danger. All these doors are extremely dangerous. The first is less so. Here are 2 dogs. Here is a standard soldier. You can take him out, but it's easier when you have arrows. And this is the second part of the corridor that leads back to your starting area, which have 2 sleeping dogs. So don't take them on until you have arrows. So just close that door and run away. You should remember this green corridor. This is the green corridor of life. And this is also where you find the food basement. So remember this green tapestry? This is where you find food and water. And this is one of the most important rooms in the game. So be careful not to miss it. And I'm gonna show you why. And it's not because of the piano. But the thing that you need to survive is down here. These are, you know, alcoholic beverages, mostly beer, and you're gonna need that. You're really gonna need that to be able to do any kind of damage to the zombies. And I always forget there is a soldier behind this corner, but it's not a radiated one or something dangerous. Just walk backwards and he will die soon enough. Yeah, he's guarding all the foods, of course. So this is not particularly dangerous, but are no sleeping zombies in the kitchen. They have just ate a lot of food. That's why they're lying on the ground. And here is usually a game changer for me. If you get really bad food and almost no water and no grill, then you're kind of screwed. But if you get really good food, you can get really good food. You can get up to 2 sham chowders or 2 meat stews. And you can get several glue, water and many other cool things in these containers. So be sure to have that lucky looter. There's always a cooking pot here. You can do sneak damage on this spider. Just hit him in the leg and he should be almost taken care of. And make sure to sneak damage this zombie as well, or you will wake up the snakes. And these are probably your only source of protein in the game. These are really the only animals in here that will give you meat. I don't think Bob's boar has a lot of fresh meat left. If you're lucky, they will stumble upon snakes or other creatures from the outside. Zombies are still spawning outside and animals. And here's a spider you can't sneak up on, but it's worth going there because you will find some ammunition. And then here in the last room you can skip. There's really nothing else than a gravestone and a couple of plant fibers, but I usually go up there. You need what you need to survive in the post-apocalypse. And don't forget to drink water. You want to save all your important water for glue production, to get the forge and to get dew collectors and for anything else. Now I'm gonna show you my secret number 1 that I don't think everyone that plays this mod knows. This is the best place to get stone. Yes, the mansion is built out of concrete and you can bash those concrete blocks away for small quantities of stone. But behind these doors there's actually a stone ore that is not protected by zombies. I don't think you can get in here any other way, because the other way is an elevator with 10,000 hit points that is locked. Here you can find tens of thousands of stone if you like, and you're gonna need that for the forge and many other things. You know, some people like to collect stone, you know. Not me, but it's nice to have. So now you're now ready to make some food here, and no, you're not gonna make food. You're gonna make some glue, and you're gonna glue the hell out of that cooking pot. Since it's still daytime, I decided to take out a few other rooms, especially door 3 on the bottom floor is really easy. There's just 4 zombies in here. In door 4 on the bottom floor, this is tricky. The first zombie is no problem. This is kind of a secret room. You can see that there is a room in there, but I have never really bothered with it until try 10 or something. But this is the place where I usually find most of my water, and there's also a hidden door I will show you more about later. Now if you're ever up on the top floor and decide to go this path, sure, take out this silly zombie, but don't go any further. There is a feral soldier waiting for you. You can take it out, but not on the first day, really. No, you can't. So, let's go down in the basement, and the real basement is behind this Ninja Turtle sewer pipe. And I'm only here to get some leather because I was missing some, and I also need some more wood to be able to run that forge. That forge is hungry. That forge is more hungry than me. So let me show you the secret weapon. The secret weapon is of course Knuckles, because you can find a large amount of bears in the beginning, and that gives you 400% brawling damage, and that is pretty amazing, and that is basically the only way to take out anything in the lower levels quickly. Here's the best place to place the forge according to me, my mini base here at the entrance. And now I'm gonna spend the night finding more wood. Wood is extremely scarce. You cannot go outside at all. The mod says you can go out on the dirt. You cannot go out on any dirt, not even inside of the mansion. If you go out on the dirt, you will get radiation poison and die. Every single time, everywhere. Or what you want the forge for, primarily for getting that grill if you didn't find it in the kitchen, but also for getting those iron arrowheads. And here is the secret room I was talking about. It's hidden behind a painting. So I found this secret room with tons of cloth. Armor parts and even legendary parts and sometimes even armor. So this is really a good room to loot. There's no zombies inside, but there is a sleeping dog in the room next door. I accidentally woke him up. So let's go with the bear strategy and see if we can do something to help this poor dog. Hi doggy. Works like a charm. Since I'm already buzzed, let's take care of the other dog as well. It should be no problem. This door. Here are 2 dogs, but there are also some treasure. Once you have arrows, there is no problem taking them out, because you can shoot through this door, you cannot melee through it. If you have a couple of arrows, you can take them out. And here are actually several good planting pots and a lot of plant fiber and wood. So be sure to check out this room once you have some arrows. Oh, Snaky wanna come inside. Come here, Snaky. Snaky, come this way, please. So, you are not Snaky. You are not invited to my castle. If you ever have uninvited guests, go to your safe space. It's behind these 7,500 hit point steel casing doors. And if you have arrows, you are safe from anything. Maybe even Bob's special boar. Maybe that's the way to beat her. Come on, Snaky, it's safe now. You wanna come inside? Please be my pet. Psych! I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna make a meat stew. Now this is another weird Resident Evil room that I don't understand. There are 4 buttons which change the colors on some display. It's obviously some kind of puzzle. I don't get it. So I was a little bit bored, so I decided to go to the basement and forgot maybe I should wait till the morning. But then I had beer for breakfast. Yeah. Then there's no problem taking out most things in the basement, and I mean most things. There are gonna be some problems in the basement. At the first 10 times, no White Walkers ever spawned here. Just in the latest 2 tries, there's been White Walkers instead of Acid Heads. I don't know their real names. I call them Acid Heads because that's what they are. But here's another one of those great gates that will save you as long as you have arrows. But while you're down here, you should be pretty drunk. The natives won't be that kind to you. This is one of the best rooms in the game. This is the medicine area. You will find a lot of medicine in there. Many of the doors are locked, and that's not pretty vanilla. Usually there should be a way in, but in this game you have to bash some doors to get the best loot. And this is one of the best rooms in the game. because it has a working workbench. A working workbench! That's pretty awesome, and it also has an ice cooler. So if you play in the desert biome, maybe you can get some yakayus. So this is another locked room with a lot of loot. Usually there are no White Walkers, but there could be several acid heads in here. You can't really sneak damage them from this door. And the acid heads do a lot of melee damage to the doors. So they're gonna break through in seconds. So be sure you have a plan B. And my plan B is my safe space inverted. You can use it the other way around and take care of those feral acid heads. I'm just gonna give him a bear punch, a bear kiss. And he will go to sleep, happily drunk. Yeah, look how drunk he is. So, I played this 15 times and I've been to almost every room in this compound. This is one of the best rooms, I say that a lot. But this is the only place you really can expect to find a gun, because this is the only toilet in the game. And I gotten it twice so far. If you ever walk across this door, be sure you're buzzed, because there are 2 dogs waiting for you. But there are also 2 aloe vera. Since I was buzzed already, I decided to go greet the upper stair dogs, and they were not that friendly as I remember. They were kind of bitey. Why you wanna bite me, man? There's a kitchen downstairs. Go down there. I left a little bit of water and bones. Yeah, I was getting a bit cocky. I've taken out this room before with just 2 spike traps. There is a feral biker in here. Apparently, he does not like alcohol because he does not submit to my punches. This was the end of my 15th playthrough, and I really like this mod, but this is the end for me. For several reasons. First, the idea that you have to craft a helicopter is ridiculous. The only thing that makes sense is that you actually find a helicopter that's working, that can get you to the trader. If you're gonna have to craft a helicopter, you will be here for hundreds of days, and I've never played 7 Days to Die for hundreds of days. And here, there's just 1 PY. So after 2 days, you're gonna wait 3 days until everything respawns. The problem is there are just food for maybe 2 days, maybe 3. So you're gonna die on day 4 anyway. So I don't know if there's any way to complete this mod. I'm sure there are things I haven't discovered yet, doors I haven't discovered, or something else. I've seen on the map that there's a pool. I don't know how to get there. There are 2 zombies I haven't been able to beat. There is a radiated white feral in the basement. Good luck beating him on day 2. I don't know if that is even possible. And there's also that Bob Special Pig. This is one of the most interesting mods and I had so much fun. However, it only lasts for about 2 days and then you discover about everything the mod has to offer. And then there are 2 basically impossible zombies that keeps you from getting further. And even if you get further, crafting an endgame helicopter is not a reasonable thing to expect on day 3. And I don't want to spend 100 days here just waiting for loot to respawn. I don't usually play with loot respawn. I think that is ridiculous. Loot shouldn't respawn. But there is a trader, and the trader is located just a few meters from this mansion. So you should be able to find a helicopter and get there. That should be a great ending to this mod. But I think this mod needs a lot of work. Some way to deal with this radiated White Walker and that pig. I don't really know how to do that, but I'm not Guns Nerd and Steel. So maybe if he tried it, he could beat it on his 100th time or something. For me, 15 times is enough. This is great mod. Just like the Shong Tower, it's excellent, it's fun. I feel like I've almost beaten it. I don't feel like trying it again now that there's so many other mods out in September. But if they do a large update to this and change something that you can actually get the helicopter instead of crafting it, and some way of actually dealing with those extremely hard endgame zombies, then I'm sure to try it again. This is one of my best experience in 7 Days to Die, and I really appreciate the modders taking all this time to make this mod. I'm not a Resident Evil fan. I like the games, but I'm not a fan. But I still enjoyed this extremely much. There were so many hidden secrets, and it was so different to the normal 7 Days to Die. So I hope they make more mods like this, because they are excellent. They're excellent.